Hello, everyone. Good morning. Thank you, Mel, for sharing your screen with the slides. Thank you, everyone, for your presentations. It's been great to hear what everyone's been doing for Dep2, specifically in the execution phase. This is a really beautiful project. Oscar Chavez Marquez from PPD, which is a cool play of words for PesaPlay, which is our main product, which focuses on capacitating children in Kenya for digital financial literacy. Next slide, please. So we share the same goal, which is to regenerate 3,000. We are led by Maywood Mora, who unfortunately couldn't be here today. We have 9 members active. And I guess a clear update that you will see from the last um, catch up that we had all together is that we've sort of shared our group work group lanes to enable co-leads in order to share sort of initiative and the ownership of those of executing this project. Um, our group lanes are sort of split more so by task that we need to deliver and by skills that we have. So coordination, documentation, the regeneration, where I am, which sort of ensures that we do reach that goal. And then the execution and product. We have Dice brilliantly delivering our digital product, which by the end of the presentation will give you a little playthrough, so you can have a bit more of a feel of what we're doing. Next slide, please. So yes, we've planned to execute 2 pilots. We've executed one, which I will share a little bit more of the findings and the difficulties that we had here ends. We sort of accompany the kids from the moment that they're taken, and we take a little diagnosis in the beginning, and then we sort of take that diagnosis against that control again at the end to see the confidence gain and how much they improved in assessing, sort of discerning between financial options and decision making. We sort of prioritize child safety. So we make sure that we get consents from every single parent, that we anonymize the session codes, and that none of that data is sort of shared outside of the process and is not sort of embedded in any way through our reporting in a way that would compromise those children. And we sort of validate that safety from the gate and until the end. Next slide, please. So as part of our activities, in order to sort of empower children who are sort of the look away, the look ahead in the future, and to make sure that families that are composing themselves don't um, get into the harms of digital scamming and digital financial mismanagement. We have sort of started with Anointed Academy, which is our first pilot. We had a staggering attendance of 31 out of 40. And so we had more people turn up, but those 31 were the people that we could follow from the beginning till the end. One of the difficulties, obviously, is the fact that school season is over. So sometimes it's difficult to convince children to stay in a learning program when they're meant to be on holiday, sort of having fun. But we did manage to capture a lot of people, and we are sort of in the process of finalizing the results from that pilot, which I will tell you a bit more of what we have right now. But we sort of managed to get those findings. We're in the process of assimilating those into our methodology so that the teaching can also reflect a little bit the varied age stages that we have, because we're trying to do something that is pleasant for all ages, which sometimes is a bit difficult to execute. So we're considering different forms of delivering that, but also making sure that the learning content remains interesting and challenging for students in order to keep them engaged. And thus, we're adapting that into our licensing materials as to formalizing credibility to the study. And we are sort of finalizing that into our QA. And into our digital product on hellakids.com in order to deliver it. All of this process is dutifully reported and documented. We We exchange meetings constantly as to boost coordination and decision making, as a program like this would require. We've learned a lot that from Cambria. Next slide, please. So now onto our impact measurement. We've sort of, like I said, tracked it from beginning to end, and we were sort of really happy to find out that um, both so from comparing the pre to post assessments, that the average has improved by a staggering or almost 48 points, meaning that kids were both felt a lot more confident in taking autonomy in financial decisions, but also that they actually did learn, so it did build capacity. So sort of staving off the Dunning-Kruger effect. We also learned from that and from the feedback forms that we received from them that so most of the students would rate it quite highly in terms of the capacity for it to teach something new, but also the fact that they did find it interesting enough that they would recommend it to other children or other kids. So we have a very strong signaling that this does work and it is an appropriate method to deliver. Next slide, please. So now we are setting up, because we've split that regeneration goal sort of between the two families, like I said, the two schools, like I said before, and a few families. We're sort of setting up these more individualized ways of getting the payments through and of getting them sort of regularized, which is what we obtained from Flutterwave, which we'll be doing till the end of August. We will be revising the assessment instrument, like I said, to fit all ages and capture more people. And then by September, once all of those things are sort of set in stone, we are going to finalize those licensing pitches, and then it's sort of engaging more with the individual families, which are a bit more difficult to capture because the communication is a bit more diffuse, and to try to sort of work on the other end of that goal. We did have sort of bad news, so we weren't able to do the second pilot in the other school due to calendar differences and other activities that they have going on. So we are considering different ways of covering that part of the regeneration goal, through boot camps, through online teaching, through championship, which we have clear indication that we can use as a selling point given the interest in our platform. Next slide, please. I think now is the playthrough, if I'm not wrong. Exactly. Thank you, Mel. So now I'm going to run you through a very short playthrough of the platform.
This window. Then
Yeah, go ahead.
if you log in with the correct details, the correct credentials, you're going to have this page. Now for me, I had already signed up. So this is our child. We already, as a parent, I already added one child. And this page you have an option of viewing your status, your subscription status, and also viewing your children. So let's just proceed like adding a child. And in this section, we're going to add a child like Kevin. I'm going to say Kevin Green. Kevin Green. And from there, we can say they are 11 years old, or rather 13. Then you're going to hit the button to create child. And after creating a child, you'll have this access code. You can either copy the URL, this is the URL, or rather scan the QR code here. Or you can print it and give this to the child, and they're going to use it in your browser. And let's just wait for it to load, then voila. So they have two modules. You can either select any of it. So let's just go with budget zero from there. You can, let me just, for the purpose of time and everyone, let's just select random. This is a pretest. So before the actual test, this is the actual test. You have a pretest, then let's just go with any because of time. Then, okay. You can see the points here. Yes. And after completing, you will actually have a post test. These are actually like a feedback, how we get a feedback from the student. Then you finish. When you click the button finish, you get to see your point. Then you can choose another module here. You can say scam spotter, the same thing. Just for
Yeah. Thank you. As you saw, we have those two modules, so the budget hero and the scam protector. I think. Sorry if the word is not exactly correct. That was a playthrough from Bismarck, so you can see it is a very interactive platform that kids can join in and actively take charge in those decisions and sort of learn by doing. I will pass it now to Mel and Trang, who are our brilliant facilitators, and I'm sure they have plenty of things to share about this execution phase. Thank you, everyone.
All right. Thank you so much, Oscar, for a very insightful and inspiring presentation. I am Mel, and I'm the DAO facilitator of PPD. And now I want to open the floor to a bit of our discussion. Uh, uh, so first, for everyone in the meeting today, we would really like to hear your first impressions of the project report, and also whether it's something that caught your eyes, a question or general feedback on the results. You can feel free to unmute and put your thought or drop your thoughts in the chat. And we also would love to zoom in one on the execution side to know what was the experience working in a decentralized model for members of BPD, and what was it like to bring this proposal to life, and what went smoothly, and what were the key challenge and learnings. I think I would like to also hear from Oscar. He just presented to us the proposal at the report. Hello, Oscar. You want to share?
Yes, I'm happy to start. I think it is quite an interesting model. I would say that given the sort of the reorganization that we had and sort of to boost ownership and leadership and etc., it is a very good initiative. But the sort of the the delegation part of it can be a bit tricky because I think a few people were a bit used to spearheading sort of parts of it. So now sort of splitting those responsibilities, I've been finding it a bit challenging as a member that just stepped up to the co-lead part. I think also the coordination part has been a lot better. We are a lot more active, which is really good, and we've sort of taken a lot of ownership in the project. It's good to see the results coming through. I am a little bit worried about the second pilot not going through, to be honest. It's given the fact that it's quite a big chunk of our regeneration goal. We do need to put in a bit of effort to get that and to get more on top of it. To be honest, which I think the fact that we have some members on the ground, so um, especially the lead, so Maywood Mora could give us a lot more insight into enacting that and making sure that happens. So all in all, it's been quite a rewarding experience. It's good to see how different people work from different locations. Yes, it's I'm quite happy with it, but yeah, there's still some work to be done.
All right, thank you so much, Oscar. So
Thank
next, we
you.
also want to share a bit of the yet sign, which is our sharing. First, we have some lesson learned from this. First is that follow through is PPT Biscuit execution gap, which is we have become better at discussing and assigning tasks, but sometimes a task starts, but they're not progress to the next step. And the second is that decentralization requires a very clear ownership and real accountability. So tasks need to be more clearer. And scope need to be more clearer with detailed expectation and a defined PIC. And each person in charge should fully own the task and work toward the ideal deliverable. The third one is the ownership must be distributed, but not pushed to the DAO lead. When too much responsibility falls on the DAO lead, which here is Maywood Mora, other members may become less accountable and creating more review and rework. The DAO model works best when everyone stays aligned and takes all the ownership very seriously, and is also accountable for the quality. The fourth thing I want to talk about is the execution phase. I think we should focus more on the outputs and the milestone. Canberra already shared about the milestone when PPD begins the execution phase, but rather than work directly to the goal, what DAO currently do is just discuss and preparing for the goal. The last one is lanes work as an interconnected system. This is what we observe and remind our DAO frequently in weekly meeting. Each lane should understand not only its all responsibilities, but also how its outputs enable other lanes. When one deliverable is delayed, it can block the deliverables of the next lane. So ownership also means understanding these dependencies and helping the overall DAO move forward. Okay, next is the improvement. We have some suggestions. The first one is to strengthen follow through with clear checkpoints. Going forward, we need to pay more attention to what happened after a task is assigned and make sure it reaches completion. Second is you need to set clear ownership and definition of done. So every key task needs a clear person in charge, a deadline, an expected output, and a definition of what is done. At this stage, the person in charge should actually drive the task through completion and take responsibility for the quality of the final output. The third one is we need to manage execution around milestone and outputs. For the final month, we need to work backward from the milestones, and we still need to achieve we need to redefine a milestone and try to achieve it within the time of that too. And it is very crucial. Next is to strengthen cross-lane dependencies. With limited time remaining, delays between lanes become even more critical. Each lane needs to clearly understand that it is waiting for and others are waiting for them, so dependencies can be resolved quickly before they affect final deliverables. The last one, the most important one, is adopt an action first execution mindset. So at this stage, we should spend less time repeatedly checking agreed tasks and more time producing output. Once the direction is clear enough, the approach should be take action, produce, review, and improve quickly. Okay, so that's just some insights and a suggestion from DAO facilitator. We also want to remind you guys about the next step. We have closed the milestone payout, and this involve closing out and officially coming to the next phase. Well, and we were gonna have a formal check-in around August 29 to 31 to 31st, and we conduct our formal check-in. We will review deliverable completion and securing a team trial, also trigger the milestone to pay out. Looking ahead to September, our major focus is shift to what the stakeholder engagement as well on the family as access channel. And finally, for our ultimate phase, which the days I put here to be discussed as we finalize pre-execution dependency, and we will hold the final milestone formal review. Once the review criteria are fully satisfied, we will process a milestone 3 payout to officially wrap this cycle. So I think this is the end from me. Thank you, everyone, and thank you, Oscar.